Did you know that the Earth is covered in 71% of water, but only 1% of that water is able to be used for drinking? With water being a finite source, it is necessary for us to take consideration in saving water. Hi, my name is Jody Pushkin, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about water conservation and why it's important and what we can do to help out. So, water, like I said, is a renewable source due to the water cycle, so you may not think that it is a big deal for us to conserve water every day, or it might not be your job because there's a lot of people on earth that can help this out, right? There's a lot of people more important than you may think. It's not true. Everybody can contribute. And in fact, it's everybody's job in order to contribute to saving water for our future generations. Now, water conservation is very important. Um, Many reasons being we are a growing population, but our water source stays the same. And while there's a lot of water covering the earth, most of it's salt water, which has to be put through desalination, which is a very expensive process in order just to be drinkable. And that's not including the water that's just contaminated or water that's frozen up in glaciers that we don't have access to. So, you know, you may think, okay, so the future generation needs water, but what is that really doing for me here and now? Let me tell you how much money that you could be saving just by conserving a little bit of water, maybe changing some daily habits that you may have. Now, saving this water in the long run will not only save energy that helps the earth become greener, also saves you money out of your pockets because that's less water that you're using. Give me an example is how much I realized I was using just having a leaking toilet inside my house used 49,000 gallons of water. I kid you not. 49,000 gallons of water just from one leaking toilet. Much water was wasted then. It really got me thinking, what can I do to help out? My household used that much. So not only can it help me save money, it can also help me make the earth a better place. Now, this may sound a little bit funny, but it can. You know how much energy is used in moving water from one place to another because with water cycle, why it goes back to the earth is not returned to the same place. That water has to be brought back to places that are in bad drought. Places such as California that may be experiencing this, or even other parts of Florida, like let's say North Florida typically has water that is sent to South Florida. It, ta- it takes a lot of energy. And with that, we are leaving more of that footprint on Earth. And if we were to be able to save that a little bit more, we would make less of an impact, help the Earth be a little bit greener. Now, this also helps our environment in other ways. Now, places such as Florida have a lime rock base that they sit on with the groundwater underneath it that helps support it. Now, when that groundwater is pumped in large amounts, it takes from the areas around it, like such as whenever farmers tend to water a lot of plants all at once, a lot of those large crops. When it takes the groundwater up from beneath it, this leaves no support to the porous, weak lime rock that supports it. And so when the heavy rainfall falls on top of it again, it collapses, causing damage to buildings, to homes, to people. This is dangerous, and water conservation can really help reduce that. And it also helps our future generation. With our growing population, our water staying the same, we want to make sure that we can ensure that our children, our grandchildren can enjoy the benefits of water that we have today. Now, I'm not just talking about swimming pools, but what about those gyms? What about the firefighters who come and help us? We need water for that. What about the livestock the water that it takes to feed the livestock? So that way we have meat in our stores. The produce that we have to water. So that way we have vegetables and fruit to eat. There's just a lot in our lifestyle that uses water. Water is life. So now that you know how important it is to save water, I want to move on to tell you how you can help out in just little ways. It's not major contributions. So in your household, you may wonder, where's most water going? She said 49,000 gallons. I don't use that much. No way. Let me go ahead and tell you. The bathroom uses more water than the rest of the house. Not just the leaking toilet factor. Any leaks in a house, if you fix leaks in your house, you could automatically save yourself thousands of gallons. But little steps, such as when you're brushing your teeth or when you're shaving, if you turn off the water when you're not using it, you save up to 4 gallons a minute, according to the Washington Conservation. 4 gallons a minute, just for one person. Now imagine if that's a household of 4, how many gallons you could be saving just by turning off the water when you brush your teeth. That's simple enough. Step 1. Now, step 2 will be maybe consider taking showers instead of baths. Use a lot more water to take a quick 5-minute shower. Got more time to get ready. And you're not wasting all that water to go away. And also less energy for you to heat the water that you're using to put in that bathtub. So you save money there too. And other ways. If you have this option, dishwashers, washing machines, making sure that when you use these things that you make sure they're completely full and that you're using the right setting for the amount of dishes or clothes that you're washing at the time. That can save a lot of water. Now, one thing to consider too for those of us who like to use water outdoors, which in the summertime that typically is a big amount of usage. The water that we use to water our lawns, we can actually save up rainwater in basins that we can use to distribute out to the yard without having to waste the water from the ground. Just reuse the water that comes in. It's not like you have to drink that. Consider using drought protected plants for your landscaping, so that way they don't have to use as much water. You don't have to water them as often. It's also important to consider using timers. So that way, when you're watering your lawn, you don't typically overwater it and waste all that water in the meantime. These are just very simple lifestyle changes, and nothing drastic. And for our future, for the future of the earth, and for savings right now, I feel so it's essential for us to make these small changes. And together, we can make a huge difference on how much water we use in the world. And we can make sure that our children, our grandchildren enjoy these luxuries in life and that we continue to have fresh water. Remember, not everybody has it as lucky as what we do. So it's important that if you want to continue living the way we do, water is essential. Thank you again for listening. Once again, my name is Jody Pushkin, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.